second up. Jerry Hobart, and the Paints came on triple fast in the last. And then the fourth, North Guys took off on 50-metre penalty inside the park.
Hello and welcome to Blundstone Arena for round 14 Tasmanian State League action. Clarence and North Hobart with you on the live stream today. My name is Ryan Rosendale, joined once again in the commentary box by Bo Downham. Bo, obviously a big game today for the Roos with the return of Jack Rewalt, but equally for North Hobart, searching for a second consecutive win today.
Yeah, certainly. They played really well last week, obviously against a pretty defeated Launceston team, but I think this game will heat up a little bit. I'm not quite sure if North Hobart has the talent to stack up against Clarence, but they've got some really big ins. They've got Meadows back in from a PCL injury, Barwick's back in, and Dixon. Coming out of that lineup is just a few under-18 lads, so Devine, Boble and Downham. So I think that this talent that North Hobart have got is certainly progressing. It'll be interesting to see how Meadows can go in the ruck against a really big opponent in Holmes.
It is. Meadows also one that Coach Peter Ryan Coach Adam Bester, I should say, earmarked for maybe a roll down at centre-half back or full-back on Jack Rewalt, so we'll keep our eyes on where Charlie Meadows play. But obviously these two teams at different ends of the ladder bowl, and last time they met in round 7 it was a big 150-point win to the Roos, 156-6. Josh Green kicked 6 on that day, and Jack Dolliver and Bryce Ellows booted 4. So plenty of avenues to goal inside 50 for Clarence, and I guess that's what North Hobart have to be a little bit concerned about, given that probably a lot of attention will go on Jack Rewald and I guess his dangerous form in there. But if you spend too much time worrying about Jack, you're going to get other guys off the chain in there.
Well, certainly, Ryan. We got Bryce Holmes third on the goal-kicking tally for 29 goals. Josh Green second. So they got their second and third rank best forwards here this afternoon. Obviously, they'll have Jack, but these two other players, Josh Green and Alomes, really sneaky goal kickers, and I think if they can get a hold of the games today, Alomes was really quiet last week against Glenorchy. I'm tipping him for a big game, Ron.
He should be in for a big game. Another couple of ins today for the Roos. James Holmes, the vice-captain turned co-captain with the absence of Luke Swinton. He's back in today along with a couple of young players, but I'm not too sure of debutants or a couple of few gamers, but potentially debutants in Riley Johnson, Caden Bosworth and William Massey. So if it is indeed their first senior game for those three boys, we congratulate those fellas on making their debut. Two other round 14 games with you on the stream today. A big one down at Twin Ovals Bay with Kingborough and Lauderdale. Two teams tussling it out for a spot in that top 4. That should be set for a cracker from 2 o'clock down there with Andrew Cooling. While up at Windsor Park, you've got Launceston and Glenorchy with the City Park radio call team. Should also be a great game. I think both Joseph brothers in today for the Magpies. So obviously Daniel Joseph back from a bit of time up in Queensland, and as we saw last week, no Matty Joseph, so he'll return for the Magpies. So hopefully they can aid the Magpies' charge for a win today up at Windsor Park. Yeah,
a few big ins. We can just see the matchup starting to form now. It looks like it is going to be Monks on Rewalt. He's standing right next to him at the moment. So
really looking forward to that one.
That one's going to be a really big matchup. David Monks in some career red-hot form. Also for North Hobart, I think we're going to have...
It's like Gus Norton and his brother Baxter right into it in the middle, Bo. So we'll keep our eyes on that one too. That'll be an interesting duel today, the two brothers head-to-head.
Bailey Walker starting down in the full forward line for North Hobart. It's round 14 action here, live from Blundstone Arena. Pleasure to have your company wherever you are. Looks like Tilbury's going to start in the middle off a career best game last week with 9 touches. So
9 touches, 3 votes.
Yeah, great game. Apparently he was really good for some tackles. So hopefully, played his 150th last week. He can start off for this in a bang. It's going to be Holmes and Meadows to start this one off in the middle. Nice looking throw, didn't elect to bounce it. Holmes gets the first hit out of the afternoon, might have been held off the hands of Paprotny. Norton, kick in, side forward 50. Rewalt's there, just off the hands of him. Beating the pack is Beerley, taken by McLeod, does nicely. This one's just going to be cleared out of defensive 50, might be coming straight back in though. Quick hand pass off. We'll go trickle down the line, sliding markers dropped though. Back into the middle now for Clarence. He's hunted down. Norton's going to try get this one. Harper off the hands of him. Barrow kicks out wide to a teammate. Ryan.
Gilligan, man with the footy. Terrific tackle pressure early from the Ds. They're going to set and hold. 50 maybe. No, says the umpire.
They've been good with their back 50 tackles.
McLeod goes short to Norton. This man's going to have a really big game today if the Ds are to cause a boil over. Norton goes into Walker. Good from Cleary though. Should have been paid. Umpire says no. Good tackle. Might have been dangerous in the end, but umpire said no again. So a couple of interesting calls, but the tackle pressure early from North Hobart's been exceptional. Looks like Keegan Wiley, the man with the footy at the bottom of this pack. So he'll get his first kick of the day. He goes even further. Sorry, that was Jared Harper. Gone to Keegan Wiley. So Wiley making it back here, he does. Handball over, he's in immediate danger. That's not what you want to do in the back 50. Will this go through first of the day for the Demons? It doesn't. Might have been kicked just over the line. So touched ball boat. So first score of the day is a point to North Hobart as we approach the 2-minute mark in the first quarter. What can Clarence do here? Holmes. Big day in the ruck for that man last week, Boat. Was exceptional all day. Kicked 2 inside 50. Footy on the far wing now.
Oh.
Flight. Terrific. That was pretty short.
Jack's playing as the deepest forward, right?
So they'll look for Rewald here as they go up. Pretty sure finds a teammate who goes over the top. Can't take the mark. Handball. Really good pressure again from North Hobart boat. Coach Adam Best will be elated with this start. Their pressure acts through the roof.
Certainly. It looks like Monks is not giving an inch to Rewalt. That's going to be a really nice matchup this afternoon.
Really
Over
1-2,
Monks.
we hope, potentially gets set on all day. Obviously, if Jack does get off the chain, it might have to change, but given that the development that David Monks will get from playing on a 3-time premiership start, it'll be terrific for his future development.
Yeah, certainly as Norton kicks it inside forward 50. Green nearly taking the mark. Rewalt's lurking around. Nice tackle laid, but see a ball up inside forward 50. They played a really nice game last week. North Hobart, first win of the year. Rewalt in the ruck, rips it out. Snap on goal for the first of the afternoon. As a goalkeeper though, it's Monks on the last line of defence. So David Monks to this outer wing. Exactly where he goes. Kicks a little bit dangerous through the hands of Meadows. Back off a PCL injury. Dug into the turf though for another ball up. Ryan.
A couple of other ins today. I think Jonty Barwick, another important in the middle boat. Good to see that man back in the senior side, up and down out of Development League and seniors, but one that they'll really need to fight today, given the Clarence do have a stacked midfield. Propotny gets it out to a teammate. Inside now. Rewalt's with the sit. He takes a mark. First one of the day. So this was the danger coming in for North Hobart. If Jack was to get off the chain early, would they be able to contain him? Kicked the first one against Lauderdale and he's come back in round 8 boat. Could be set for a repeat today here for the 3-time Coleman medalist from the Mighty Tigers. So Rewalt to open the account for Clarence. Back on his home deck. Doesn't do what he wants it to do in the end. That goes through from behind. So 0-1-1, play 0-1 to start the day. North Hobart will bring this out. Short kick out there to the man in the 47, Gilligan. He's been good early. So they'll just hold play here. Plenty of players on this wing. Norton's free if he elects to go to him. He does. Takes a strong mark. A bit of pressure applied there in the end by Johnson. So he goes even further inside. What can North Hobart do now? Footy on the far wing. Kick inside. Meadows with the sit. Mark not taken, potentially in the back. Umpire says yes. Just be careful, no reversal. So Charlie Meadows, is he within striking distance? Potentially not off the PCL as we heard. Goes shorter. Good work in defence there from two Roos. Noah Holmes, one of those men. So Clarence, with all the work to do early, repeat inside 50s from the Demons. What can they do here? Meadows and Holmes will contest. Holmes wins down. Wiley can't get a kick out. Smothered immediately. Really contested early. And we'll reset again.
Good to see Damien Gill in the house, just below us here. Not as big as crowd as we got last week for last time with the Friday night game off the hands of Norton. Right slung into the turf, but still a reasonable crowd. I'm tipping probably 500 to 600 people in the house, maybe a bit generous, but still a pretty good crowd for TSL. Beautiful day here in southern Tasmania. Holmes rips it out the ruck, trickles one forward. James, though, is set upon, I think it is. We'll see. Another ball up just inside forward 50 for North Hobart. What can they produce? Both neck and neck at the moment. Umpire gets in to throw this one back up. Holmes. Norton there. Barwick as well. Just dropped the ball off the hands of Norton. In there is Tilbury. He's taken immediately, though, for another ball up.
So reset once again. So 6.5 gone in the first quarter. Both sides yet to score a goal. Holmes wins down. He's going to have the dominance in the ruck today, you'd think. So North will have to be right across that pretty early. Comes wide. Roos with the numbers. Bealey's there. But North Hobart are going to attack once again. Walker over the back. Can't take the mark. And another Danbury throw in. But a really important game for the Roos. Speaking to Peter Ryan post-game last week, wasn't overly impressed with their first three quarters. Obviously, we were there. We saw it. They were challenged throughout from Glenorchy, but really happy with that last quarter. But given they lost the week before the state game to North Lonnie and then didn't have a performance they would have liked in a victory last week, you think a game like this today where they're expected to win, the return of Jack Rewalt, you think it'd be a really good game for them to try and get a little bit of form heading into the back end of the year.
Yeah, it was a pretty scrappy and boring game last week. I think Ryan is how I describe it. Dull's probably a better word, but yeah, we see this one marked. But yeah, I think Peter Ryan, they're just going to look to go quicker. It was a really, I guess, contested game last week as this one's to the outer wing, Ryan.
It is really good pressure there in defence from the Demons. It might have been David Monks again.
Holding up well though, the Demons. They just can't quite get a goal inside forward 50. It's been down there 3 or 4 times.
Barwick can't take the mark. Might have been infringed upon. Umpire says no. Plenty of calls from the North Hobart bench for that decision. So reset again. So this is the early game with you on the screen today. 2 more TSL round 14 games to come at 2 o'clock. So stick with us here until those kick off. Roos out. Al Ohms gets out to Bealey. Green can't take it. Again, North Hobart's defence under immediate pressure. Tries to find Rewalt, can't do that. Does well though, Jack, in the end. I'll look for another throw up here. So Pete enters an header into the ground. Still no side yet to take any form of ascendancy though.
Just watch Rewalt in the ruck here, Ryan.
So Bo's called it. What will Rewalt do here? He's going to go up against Meadows. Norton. Once again, we'll play managed minutes today, Bo, straight from the mouth of Coach Peter Ryan, but more in the midfield, which is a good sign for his comeback from a shoulder injury. Rewalt and Meadows go again. Green, that's not what he wanted to do with the footy. Does keep it in though, just no. So eventually goes out and he's still down, Josh Green. So keep our eye on that, Bo. I was watching the ball in flight. I didn't actually see if Greenie was pushed behind play as he kicked, but he's still down, is Josh Green. I think play's been halted for the moment. Doesn't look all that good, Josh Green, Bo.
I think it might be a right leg injury, potentially, maybe an ankle.
So he's very proppy, is Josh Green. So not what Clarence would have liked early in this game. Holmes with a big fist over the back.
He is staying on though.
So plenty of pressure early in this game from both sides. It's a good tackle there from Propotny. Holmes wins down. Norton out of the ruck. Goes towards goal. Backs to Norton. Can't put it through. So 2 behinds now for the Roos. 10.5 minutes gone in the first quarter.
Green still staying out there. Good sign. Burrow's going to kick this one in for North Hobart. He's just going to have to roost it down the line. Hits up a teammate in Kilpatrick. Probably the best on ground last week. Talking to multiple people during the week. Callum Kilpatrick, Sandrick, high up and under kick. It's not really going to go anywhere. Crashing the pack there nicely with Bealey. This one's going to be held in for another throw up. So they're first in the competition for ball up clearances. Clarence, is that going to prove again today? Meadows hits it out in front of himself, twisting through there nicely. Again was Kilpatrick, just off the hands and feet of Howlett. Westpepper, who's probably been their best this year, just left it behind. 3-on-1, Rewalt there. There's Green, in fact. Dixon, and passes off to Keeling. McCrimmon, pressure here from Clarence. Going to be a high free kick though to Isaac McCrimmon, who's had a really good 2024 campaign. This one's just going to go over the head of Dixon, back through Wiley, hand pass off to Ryan. Harper's met strongly. Umpire didn't think it was holding the ball, but it was a nice strong tackle. We'll see another ball up and a little bit of feeling in this one.
Plenty of feeling, Bo. Terrific tackle pressure early from North Hobart in particular. come out with real intent as Angus Norton just puts his brother Baxter on the dirt. His kick only goes as far as a half-back flank from a North Hobart perspective. So again, they'll repel now through Zach Barrow. Barrow goes wide, finds a teammate, and they're going to go on the far wing to go forward. So what can North Hobart do here? They go forward now. Good mark taken. They're going to move this quick boat. This is what they need to do today. If there are any chance to beat the Roos, they're going to go quick and fast inside 50, because that Clarence defence has been one of the best all year. But again, they've held them up well. So I mentioned it a few times now, but the tackle pressure's been terrific from North Hobart. As we said, they've come in with a lot of confidence. 7-point win last week against Launceston, their first of the year. Started 0-10, but finally got the monkey off the back. Holmes won it down. Tackle applied though by Ryan in there. So reset again. Holmes wins it down again with ease. And you'd think Bo Given, I know we've spoken about it a lot this year, the dominance of Noah Holmes in the ruck. You'd think the message from Coach Adam Bester during the week would be potentially for the midfielders to play to Holmes as ruck taps, given that he's been so dominant again as he was last week. He started the game in fine form again today. Wins that one down in front of Walker. And again, we'll reset.
Not quite sure Walker's in the ruck at the moment, Ryan. I think James is probably that guy who has to come up and take those battles. Walker's a really undersized ruckman from what we can see up here. As this one's going to be a high free kick going the way of Clarence.
He has done that in the past, Bo. Obviously come into the side this year, but I'm pretty sure from memory last week he might have played a lot of game time in the ruck.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Ryan. We saw it last week with Manson. Just someone who's strong, who can work Holmes under the ball, just put him off his game a little bit, I think. Might be worth it. Might have been pushed, he was. So, see a free kick on this outer wing, going the way of Clarence. Not much on, though. Forward of the football. Just going to have to dump a long one in the direction of Paprotny. This one's going to end up in the stands. So, really hot and contested football. Nearly 14 and a half minutes gone here at Blundstone Arena. It's Clarence 0-2-2 taking on North Hobart 0-1-1. Not much going on at the moment though, Ryan.
There isn't. Tyson Anslow, one of the Roos in form mids, waiting to come on. He's waiting for the footy to come back this side of the ground because he's been sitting on the bench for, I assume, longer than expected. Norton wins it down. Ball goes back inside. But again, the Roos went out. Wiley's in a paddock on his own, but that's not what he wanted via foot. He's going to have to do well to work this out. He does. Mark taken by a teammate. Kicks forward. Preshaw was there, couldn't take the mark. Boundary line will beat all comers here. In the end, it does.
How good's the turf looking here, Ryan?
It looks in
done
very
well.
good nick, doesn't it?
A little bit of brown across the ground, but the square is looking in immaculate form. Of some other southern grounds of late are looking like a slosh pit out there, but
it does. Good to see James Holmes back, just come on then. His first game after, I think illness kept him out last week of that win at KG5 to the tune of 36 points. Ryan applies some good pressure. In turn, the Demons do too. So reset again. So a highly contested start to this game at North Hobart. No goals yet after 16 minutes of play. Each side still jockeying for position, Bo.
Even numbers forward of the ball haven't brought up a spare to the contest just yet, Ryan.
Yep. Tilbury at the fall of this footy. Can't win it down. Big tackle applied, and I think this will boil over here, Bo. Probably a little bit untoward there from Brad Tilbury.
I like that, though.
I like it,
nice bit of fight from North Hobart.
Sets the tone early. A bit dangerous, though, in terms of giving away a free kick, but did well to disguise it there, did the veteran.
Loving what he's doing, Tilbury, down on the boundaries or the headset. He's almost like an assistant. He probably is the coach out there, to be fair.
He's the Development League senior coach, Bo, so definitely one that Adam Bester can rely on when he does come up as Leafheber. Takes a mark out in front of Holmes. Been one of their best this year in trying times as Leafheber. That's not his best off the boot, though. Clarence again, able to repel well with some poor entry inside as Johnston, in his first senior game, gives off to a teammate in hands low.
Classy movement.
He's got to get around a couple, he does. He gets it back in the end, Johnson. Again, the Demons' tackle pressure is absolutely through the roof.
3-on-1.
Holmes to Ryan. Goes inside. Green. He's got Rewald over. Elects to go longer than that. Allones with the sit. Can't take the mark. Jack Rewald with the snap. Can't take it. So 2 behinds now to Rewald. 3 to the Roos.
3-on-1 there. A tackling pressure from North Hobart. Brilliant. Ferguson out wide. Just finds Norton tied up along the boundary. So 17.5 gone here. Another team yet to score a goal. This one, sport to ground. Holmes is lurking. Hand pass out. And then a kick from James. Sits it out in front of a teammate. Slapping on there was Meadows. Lefebvre. Cleary. Nice game last week from the veteran Tom Cleary. Been playing for a while. 2016 Glenorchy Premiership player Cleary. So really good back. When Green looks to be a lot better now. Coming off that ankle injury, just coming to the bench, might get a little bit of treatment, Josh Green, but he's standing up okay. He can still run. James, just off the hands of him, hands low, spinning out of trouble there nicely was Wiley. In fact, it might have been Harper.
Oscar Kropotny's just come on. If that footy had come out, but it didn't.
So Norton kicks inside forward 50 and back in the hole there. Nicely was Wiley. He's going to look to switch this one, has a teammate out in Johnston, just over the head of him. Nice pick up and hand pass as Borsboom just misses with it. Dinky little kick inside forward 50. James then twisting out of trouble again was Bingham. This one's going to be wrapped up and going nowhere for a ball up.
So another stoppage just on the pain of 50 as we approach the 20-minute mark of the first quarter. Either team yet to score a goal here at Blundstone Arena. Jack Rewalt, 2 behinds in his return to TSL footy. Demons, what can they do here? Can they score the first of the day? Handball out, Walker's there. Can't take clean possession. Again, plenty of numbers at the ball. And Bo, you'd think if North Hobart go into quarter time with a similar scoreline to this, given that last time these two teams faced off it was a 150-point win to the Roos, they'd be fairly happy with where they sit. Holmes, Walker. Holmes wins it down and gets it again. He's tackled. Throw, so free kick in the end of Walker.
They didn't score a goal last time these two teams played North Hobart.
They didn't. 6 straight behinds in 4 quarters of footy. So Bailey Walker, some terrific work there in the ruck. Holmes took a double take and was tackled as he tried to get his kick away.
Great to see Josh Green just giving a little bit of advice to the debutant Bosworth there on the boundary as well.
Terrific work there from the veteran. So Bailey Walker will kick for the first goal of the day here at Blundstone Arena. Shouldn't miss from here, Bo. Probably put the Mickey on him now, and I have. So he's kicked that out on the full, and that is the ultimate commentator's curse.
Gee, pretty shocking.
He's been a dominant forward in the Development League for a number of years, Bo.
Shocking kick, though. So, just tied up is Wiley. Still not much to go to. It's a hot game, but there just hasn't been any impact on the scoreboard. Dolliver off the hands of him. We'll see a ball up. So Green's just snuck out the back if they can get this clearance quickly. Numbers just moving ahead of the ball. Tapped down and ripped out of the ruck there from Ryan. Holding free kick though to James. So as we predicted, he'll spend a bit of time in the ruck. We were calling for it up here in the box. So James coming over this year from Queensland. Kicks it inside forward 50. Just over the head of Dixon. And again, we're going to have a throw in.
There's one negative, Bo, you'd think, in North Hobart's first quarter. It's probably that entry inside 50. They haven't been able to hit a target when they've gone in. It's been a case of some scrappy balls inside, some dinky kicks, some good pressure, to be fair, from the Roos in the defensive half. But it's probably the one area of concern for them heading into quarter time.
They just haven't got a solid key forward who can mark it. Meadows is down there.
No Jack McCulloch.
When James is there, exactly.
Skipper's out for the rest of the year, so no Jack McCulloch is the big concern inside 50 for North Hobart. They're going to repel out of the back half here, but the Roos do well, and Josh Green is on a paddock inside 50 if this ball gets to him. It doesn't. Umpire's called for a free kick, though, the way of Clarence. So they'll get a free kick here and drive it inside 50. Plenty of bodies set. Good mark taken, though. I think that might have been Monks. Does well in there. So he started the game in terrific form. Good score from Wiley on the half-back flank, and we'll get a throw in. 22 minutes gone in the first quarter. As I said, 2 other games on the live stream AFL YouTube page today. Kingborough and Lauderdale down in the Twin Ovals in a really important clash for both those teams' finals chances. Like and Orkney have travelled up to Windsor Park and they'll face Launceston on what's been a relatively hard place for that side to win a game across the journey in this competition. Again, we reset. So you'd think if North Hobart can go into quarter time without the Roos being able to score a goal, given, as we spoke about pre-game, with all the timber they've got in there in terms of ability and players that are able to hit the scoreboard, they'd be relatively pleased with where this game sits. And the ball out from the D's. Holmes is on the bottom of this pack. Ryan's there also. They get it out through Hanslow. He gets it back now and he's tackled immediately. Again, terrific from the Demons.
2-on-1 there in the goal, just on the eve of the forward 50. Rewalt's got a 2-on-1 to contend with, so they're happy to let someone up to the stoppage, Clarence, but again, just a double team on Rewalt.
Good tackle applied there. I think it was Hanslow in the middle, so he started to work himself well into this game. Green off the deck, goes forward. Alholmes can't take it. Good work in defence again, but that handball goes directly to a Clarence player. Calls the ball, and they are awarded. So terrific work in defensive 50. 50 umpire says no. It was Harper that was tackled. McCrimmon was the man that was rewarded with holding the ball. So McCrimmon come across from Noosa this year. Straight to the sunshine for some colder weather. Goes forward in McLeod. He can't take it. Holmes set upon immediately. Gets off his kick though. Finds Ryan in the middle. Ryan goes to Beerley. Beerley with a high footy. They've got to sit the Demons. Good pressure though in the air from Preshaw. Green. He's got time and space. Gets around a couple. Josh Green. And he puts through the first of the day. Terrific play there from the Roos. Josh Green razzled and dazzled around a couple and set in the air for felt like eternity boat. Umpire waited and waited and immediately he gave the all clear. So 1-3-9, play 0-1-1, 25 minutes almost gone in the first quarter at Blundstone Arena.
Certainly, it was a nice little bit of twist and turning there from Green. Pretty poor defensive stuff though from North Hobart. Not to stick that tackle there though. They really needed to stick it and then try to go forward. But 1-3 is still not a bad result here for North Hobart. They're on the bottom of the ladder. You've got to remember, Clarence is second.
Yep.
So
yeah, big discrepancy, I guess, in where these two teams sit in their development. Obviously, the Roos, two straight prelim final appearances under coach Peter Ryan, while North Hobart have really had to reset this year, given they've lost a number of players from last year. As Holmes bangs that inside. Mark not taken. D's again under immense pressure inside 50. Plenty of numbers here for Clarence. They're going to have to work hard to stop this footy from getting any further inside, and they do that well. So stoppage inside.
So 25 and some change gone. Late into this first term. Clarence 1-3. Watch Rewald in the ruck here. Taps it down. Green lurking as well. Protney with the hand pass out wide. Twisting, turning there is Norton. Has a spare man out. Just couldn't quite mark it though. Was Bosworth. This one's going to trickle out for a boundary throw in. So again, just going inside forward 50. They haven't been too effective either team. Not doing a whole lot inside that forward 50 region. We've had 26 minutes gone here.
Can't think there'd be too much longer left, Bo, given only the one goal.
Yeah, certainly. It's a pleasure to have you watching wherever you are. Rewaltz. Hand passes off to Norton on the eve of goal. No one's in the goal square though. It will count for a behind, but a simple 1-3-9 plays 0-1-1. Brian?
1-4-10 with that behind a Norton. So 9-point lead at the first break for the home side in Clarence. And just a one-goal scorer to go through at the break, Josh Green. So pretty contested, pretty high-pressure game here at Bellerive to kick off round 14. We'll take a short break here at quarter time. We'll reset and we'll be joining you for the second quarter in just a little bit.
Joking.
Hello and welcome back to Blundstone Arena for round 14 Tasmanian State League action. Clarence, the hosts, holding a slender 9-point lead at the first change. Bo Downham, we spoke a lot in that first quarter about, I guess, the scrappiness and the contested nature of that first quarter, but you'd think from a North Hobart perspective to be 9 points down, given you lost the last meeting against the Roos by 150 points at full time, you'd be pretty happy with where this game sits at the minute.
Yeah, you certainly would, especially with 3 or 4 debutants in this afternoon. So to be 9 points up against the red-hot North Hobart team, you'd be pretty happy. But also North Hobart, on the other hand, which what you were saying, they'd be really, really chuffed with how they've started off this game. Only one behind, but they've had more entries than that. They've gone forward so many times, just haven't been able to capitalise on the scoreboard. So
Jack Rewalt being relatively well held too, down inside the defensive 50 by David Monks. We think Bo's got the job on Jack Rewalt,
Yes.
so Monks has done well so far. Just the 2 behinds from Rewalt was involved incredibly well, I should say, in that first quarter. Was involved in plenty of play down there, but hasn't been able to hit the scoreboard just yet.
still got him Monks, so he obviously hasn't done too much stuff wrong in the eyes of Bester to change that.
So footy back inside. Holmes again just wins it out of the ruck and kicks them forward immediately. With Mark taken, they're going to play on immediately again. But the Roos, entry inside isn't great, and it's going to come back out. Norton with a big tackle.
Not quite sure what they were doing that kick, Ryan. There was no one.
They didn't have
there
to rush it, did they? They could have just held and waited and hit up a Rewald or a Green or a Bryson Holmes, but potentially they just want to get this footy forward early and get some ascendancy on the scoreboard, given they haven't been able to do that so far, apart from that 9-point lead at quarter time. Green kicks forward. It's a high footy. Player's got the sit. Rewalt comes late. McLeod gives off to a teammate. They're going to have to get this out of the defensive 50 quick. That's not good. Beerley, good mark from that man. Norton applied a little bit of pressure late, but he did well to hold it. So Beerley goes forward. Rewalt takes a slip. And again, defensive mark taken. Deep by Austin Keeling. So another one of those players that Adam Besterbo mentioned during the week at Thursday's presser could get a roll on Jack Rewalt.
Talented cricketer as well, Austin Keeling.
So hasn't had a direct match up yet, but he's doing well to nullify Rewalt's influence along with a number of his defensive teammates. So Roos going to go back to go forward. They do that through Harry Fisher. Fisher goes into the middle, finds Keegan Wiley, one of the premier halfbacks in the comp. He goes little chip kick forward to Norton. He's going to set this footy high. With the sit was Monks, couldn't take the mark. And we'll get another stoppage inside 50 Bo Downham.
So 1-4-10, I should say, to 0-1-1, 1 minute 50 gone. Pleasure to have your company. Wherever you're watching, ball just bobbling around. Rewalt Meadows up late. So they'll do the ruck battle. Can Jack provide the goods? Meadows with a nice tap down off the hands. McLeod was just hindered with. Lurking around is Green. Socked through though from Tilbury swiftly. I think that's probably his 5th disposal, so watch out for the vote count this afternoon as McLeod will kick this one in to Norton. Not much on though, further afield. Just has to go long down the line. Left Habber sits, ball just didn't quite go for him. Running this one over though nicely was Harry Fisher. He's had a solid year in the back pocket. He's been named emergency a few times. Really swift left foot kick out of the defensive 50 for the Roos, Ryan.
Yeah, one player that Coach Peter Ryan's been able to develop since he's come across to Clarence, and he's been really strong in that defensive half since he's been able to get a regular run at it in senior footy, is Harry Fisher. Holmes and Meadows go at it. Norton, he tries to tackle well. So we'll reset again. Again, a little bit of push and shove in this, so plenty of feeling in this game today. The umpire just calls for players to separate. Protney was on the bottom of that pack, so he'll match up again on Brad Tilbury. High footy, Norton. Punch, so no mark called. Holmes gets a handball out only as far as Kilpatrick, and he's set upon well by Jack Dolliver.
Solid game last week from all accounts, Kilpatrick. He's come back this year in some good form. Missed a few weeks though.
Yeah, there was
I think to injury.
a lot of concern that he might be out for the rest of the year from North Hobart, so good to see him back a lot earlier than expected. Holmes had to get his kick away from Norton and Tilbury. He does that. Green kicks forward to Preshaw. Preshaw's got the sit. Rewalt's deep. He's going to have to fly. Jack Rewalt can't take the mark. Good work over the back, though. He's got the footy at the end of the day, and he kicks it through. So Rewalt with his first, kicks the Roos second. 2-5-17, play 0-1-1. 4 minutes gone in the first quarter.
Probably the first lapse of David Monks there. He took front position, which is all well and good, but you have to know where your man is. You can't let Rewalt fly at the ball. So
yeah, potentially thought Rewalt had hit the deck when he flew, but did well enough to stay on his feet or get back on them quickly, and had all the smarts in the world to know that Monks wasn't, I guess, as close as he should have been. Bowen was able to put through one from a slight angle with relative ease. So kicks his first, so that's 1 goal, 2 today for Rewalt. So 2-5-17, 0-1-1. We'll reset in the middle.
Good to see him sticking out there. I don't think he's come off for a break yet. So obviously the body's still holding up relatively well. Meadows and Holmes go at it. Either ruckman really decisively hitting that one down. Again, just bobbling around in the middle. Tackle was hot. Umpire Ben Bannister will call the ball up.
It's the second game, obviously, for Jack Rewalt today, but obviously a lot of talk around if he'll play that third game to qualify for the TSL finals.
I think he would.
A little bit of mail around that he may again feature here at Bellerive in a few weeks' time when they come up against North Launceston. So if that is to be true, that should be a really good game for Jack to play in against the best team in the competition.
It'll be a big game. I think we might even be doing that just off the top of my head. So
my mail could be wrong, but if it is right, a few headaches for the next couple of weeks for guys like Fletcher Bennett and the rest of the North Launceston defence if they are to match up against Jack Rewalt in a few weeks' time.
That'd be a big, big game if Rewalt can somehow secure that. Ball again just bobbles out. Hand pass was good. Trickling little ball though in the direction of James. Just slides there almost in slow motion, Nathan James, and this one will be held up. So
I think you're right too, Bo. I think given you come back and you play a second game, it makes a lot of sense to play that third game. Obviously not too sure what Jack's availability will be like come September, but to play 3 and have that option, I guess, of bringing him back in for a cutthroat final or a prelim or even a grand final is an option that I think Clarence and Jack would like to have.
I'd love if we could somehow get a Saturday night game. Obviously all the fixtures are done, but I think a North Launceston Clarence Saturday night game would be absolutely terrific as James just fished that one out. We've only had the one night game this year. I'm a big fan of a night game, well, in southern Tasmania at least. Obviously North Launceston kicked off the season with a night game, but really love the night game fixture, and it can bring a lot more people in as this one thrown back in. Meadows, Holmes just got his kick away in the nick of time. Hands light off the deck. McMurray's kick just got smothered. Kick into the middle of the ground. It's a chaos ball. Green leads the pack as well. It might have been a Loams taken. McCrimmon. Now balls boom. Over the top with a hand pass. Green can kick it inside forward 50. Sells a bit of candy. Josh Green goes for goal. Brilliant.
Terrific goal there from Green. Interesting, Bo, just watching on there. Jack Rewalt was out in the lead and Green didn't like to go to him, and the head immediately dropped from Jack Rewalt. So 2 players with a lot of experience. Wasn't too pleased that he wasn't kicked to on that occasion, Jack. So we'll keep our eye on that. But Green kicks his second of the day. So the 2 goal scorers for Clarence, Green and Rewalt. 3-5-23, 0-1-1 North Hobart. 7.5 minutes gone in the first quarter. So 2 goals early in this first quarter to the home side. We can get some score updates for you from around the grounds throughout this second quarter. Tigers and Lauderdale down at the Twin Ovals. That one brought to you with Andrew Cooling. Big solo today, Bo, on the call. Dave Moore and the City Park team will be right across all the action up at Windsor Park for Launceston and Glenorchy.
1-1-7 Kingborough plays 0-1-1 Lauderdale. Interested
to see Bo too. Obviously we won't be able to watch it, but Jordan Lane obviously coming up against his old side for the first time today. Ex-Kingborough player before he made the move to Melbourne last year. Didn't play the Tigers earlier in the year, but he's back today. So interested to see who gets a match-up on Laney. Norton back in the middle here at Blundstone Arena. Kicks forward. Mark taken well there. Man in the 38. So he goes forward. Leafheber with the sit. Mark taken. It's a good one. So Tom Leafheber gets his first mark of the day inside 50. And he'll go back for a set shot on goal.
Brilliantly done by the young Anthony Volter there in the number 36. Played a pretty nice grand final in the under 16.5s last year, and great to see he's worked his way up from the 16s and the 18s up into the seniors.
So terrific kick from Volter. Found Lefebvre on a lead inside 50. Can he put through the first of the day for the D's? Can they get an earlier response? They can't. So 2 straight behinds now to North Hobart. 21-point margin. So Keegan Wiley will bring this footy back out of play. One of the more experienced defenders in this Clarence outfit. He goes short, finds a teammate in Bealey. Bealey goes wide now. So they're going to go slow here, the Roos, before you think they break away when they reach that halfway point of the ground. Mark taken, says the umpire. So Preshaw paid the mark. So a lot of congestion, Bo, as he looks towards goal. He's just going to set it high up and under. Plenty fly. No one takes a clean mark. Free kick, says the umpire. High. So they'll reset here. They've got a man in the middle. It's Holmes. Not too sure he can leave Noah Holmes on his own. He slips over as he kicks. He kicks inside. Mark taken well there in defence, though, by North Hobart. That man's Munt. So he's had a really good start to the day, Bo. As we said, had a really big job on Jack Rewald, and he's started well. Found Norton, who goes wide, set, well. Mark taken, he juggled it. That was Bealey. Terrific grab from the defender. Found Holmes. He gives off to a teammate who goes inside now. Preshaw. He takes a mark just on the plane of 50. So Ollie Preshaw, another one of these Clarence forwards that knows how to find the goals.
Kicked a few last time Jack was down here, I believe.
He did, yeah. I think it was 3 or 4 goals he kicked in that Friday night game against Lauderdale. My memory serves me correctly, Bo. So one player that knows how to find the big sticks is Ollie Preshaw. Brother Jack, again missing this week with an injury. Down on the bench, we can see from commentary position, doing some coaching today. Preshaw lets that sit, and that looks pretty good from where we stand, Bo. Preshaw puts it through. So that's 4-5-29 now, Clarence 0-2-2. And often we put the commentator's curse on, Bo, but on that occasion, Preshaw put that one through from about 50 out for one of the goals of the day so far.
Yeah, certainly. You'd take that goal from anywhere on the ground. North Hobart need to respond, though. They've gone inside forward 50 a few times already this quarter. If there's going to be any chance of keeping up with Clarence, they can't let this one burst out to a 30 or 40-point lead into half-time. So they really need to capitalise on the scoreboard when they go inside forward 50. They've only kicked the 2 behinds, and haven't really looked like kicking a goal yet, Ryan.
No, other than when they go deep inside, but they haven't really had any clean entry apart from that kick to Lefebvre from Bolter a minute ago. As they find Green inside 50 now.
So Green has a few options deep. They've got a bit of space to work into if they want to go there. Doesn't elect to go there, though. Rewalt's not making a lead, so he's happy just to sit at home. Take a monstrous kick. Just wheels and goes. Bit of candy. To the top of the goal square from Green. That's his 3rd.
Terrific play there from Josh Green. Kicked 6 the last time these two sides met. He's already got 3 today early in the second. So he could be set for another day out inside 50. That was the best of his 3 today as he comes off for a spell now. Baxter Norton will come on for Oscar Proprotny. James Glover also enters the field of play for that man in green. So 5-5-35 play 0-2-2. 33-point lead here as we tick into the 13-minute mark at Blundstone Arena. As I said, round 14 action. So really, Bo, now looking at the point end of the season, all these wins crucial for sides like Clarence that have aspirations of going deep into September. Holmes, he'll be one man that will play a crucial role in that. His kick only went as far as the wing, and North Hobart tackle pressure again, exceptional. They get it wide, tackle by Lefebvre. Was a little bit too late. As the Roos go inside 50, they're going to have to do well, and there's a paddock of space on the far wing.
So out wide right, kicked 2 last week in that win. Back into the middle for Clarence. Shrugging the tackle there nicely. I think it might have been Johnston. Holmes kicks it inside forward 50, finds a target, and it might be Bealey. It's Dolliver, in fact, to line up for his first of the afternoon. So
20, not 10.
Just got that one nearly. Green looks like he's right after that little bit of an ankle concern, but
Kicked 4 last time these two sides met, Bo, Jack Dolliver, so another one that had a day out in that game back in round 7.
really good set shot kick for goal. Jack Dolliver crosses the arc of 50. Relatively easy kick, but hangs it out to the right side of the goal face. Another behind. That's 5-6-36 now to 0-2-2. 14 and a half minutes gone here live from Blundstone Arena. Round 14 action. They've got a bit of a spare out. McMurray's just lurking around. Didn't go to him in the end. All just crashes the pack. Glover, Alomes, kicks it inside forward 50, but hanging back in the hole was Kilpatrick. Wilson goes out wide. Has left Hebron a paddock of space. Shrugged the tackle. Hand pass to Walker was terrible. Ryan goes out wide in search of Johnston. Ball sits for him. Snapping it back in the field of play. Pretty sure flew. In fact, it was Bosworth, and this one's going to be called in for a ball up. So Rewalt's going to do the ruck work once again. I think he will be going against Walker. So Rewalt and Walker gets it out of the ruck. Kick just hindered with the tackle. Barrow with a nifty hand pass out. Norton to the outer wing. Lefebvre couldn't quite take the mark. It was punched in the end, and Bealey does well to shrug the tackle. His son's going to land outside the field of play for a throw-in.
So 9-2, the Roos sit on the TSL ladder. Really strong percentage too, but I think they're 3 games clear in second with a healthy percentage buffer on Lauderdale and Kingborough. So you think they're probably locked into that second spot, which will obviously give them that double chance come September.
Still haven't bet the team in front of them though. So
that's their only concern, isn't it? They've been able to beat everyone ahead of them. Sorry, everyone below them, but no one ahead of them in North Launceston. Big tackle, umpire calls for a ball up. But as I said, they play North Launceston again. They played them twice at Utah Stadium. I played them once again this season before finals here at Bellerive Oval in a few weeks' time. So you'd think that game is one that they've penciled in as one they can really make a statement in the lead up to finals. But again, the area of concern for most teams is that you're probably going to have to play North Lonnie in a final at Utah Stadium, and no one's been able to knock them off at all this year, no matter the venue. So it's a scary proposition for most clubs, but as Coach Peter Ryan said at Thursday's press conference, you've only got to beat them once. So as long as they can get to a grand final, they've only got to put in one win against North Lonnie and they'll be crowned premiers. But that's an easier task, easier said than done. As the footy goes back out again on that far wing. So 5-6-36, 0-2-2 as we tick bang on the 17-minute mark at the second quarter. Really good conditions today for footy. No rain about. Sun shining at Bellerive. A little bit cold at the venue, but couldn't ask for better conditions to watch a game of TSL footy in.
I think the only team that bet North Launceston in the grand final up there was Glenorchy. So
it was, yeah, all the way back in 2016, though, that 2 straight years those two sides contested grand finals and went 1 for 1. It was really the heyday of the TSL. A lot of good players roaming around in the mid-2010s. Really good to see the Magpies, obviously not back to that kind of success, but back on their feet this year after some trying times for Josh Arnold's team. Holmes wins it down in front of Walker. They go inside 50 now, the Demons. Tilbury, he's tackled, does well to escape though, kicks forward. Meadows, I should say, sorry. Another behind.
A few score updates for Iron. Kingborough have took the early ascendance there. 3-2-20 plays 1-1-7. Also up at Windsor Park, it's the Pies 4-2-26 playing 0-0-0. So Launceston still looking like a pretty ugly game up there.
It's a good start from Glenorchy.
Certainly was. Obviously they've advertised Coach Mitch Thorpe's job, so he won't be there next year. Unfortunately for Launceston, they go inside forward 50. Lefebvre's lurking. Off the pack there was Borsboom. Just sends one out in front of Holmes. He gets his hand passed away quickly. Kilpatrick again is munged, and this one will be another ball up. So nearly 19 minutes gone here. They've kicked 4 goals this quarter to 0. Clarence looking really dangerous. James, it's off the hands of him. McMurray lurking around. Bringing the ball to ground, but the Crewmen can't make anything of it. Inside forward 50 for the D's.
So reset inside the Demons forward 50. They need a goal, you'd think, before half-time to take any real confidence that they can challenge the Roos in the second half. As we mentioned, didn't score a major the last time they faced each other back in round 7. 6 behinds they could only muster on that date. Lost to the tune of 150 points, 23-18. So a lot of scoring shots for Clarence. They were lucky it wasn't a bigger margin given the inaccuracy they played with that date. Calls from Noah Holmes for ball. Umpire says no, throw up. So Holmes will stay where he is and reset here.
Pretty sombre at the moment. There's not much feeling in this.
The feeling's gone out of it, hasn't it? There was some feeling early. It's really dried up in the minute. So James will contest against Holmes. Does well on that occasion, James. Made him work for everything he got on that throw in Noah Holmes.
I'd like to see a little bit more push and shove from North Hobart. Just get in the face of Clarence a little bit, rattle them off their game like they did in that first quarter, Ryan.
Alan Bester did say during the week that all the pressure coming in was on Clarence. Obviously the return of Jack Rewalt for his second game back. Obviously coming up against a side that has only won 1 game for the year. So Bestie really, I guess, put the pressure back on Peter Ryan and the Roos to say that, hey, you know, we're coming out with nothing to lose and you guys have everything to play for.
It's funny how coaches think that, because
some mind games,
Hobart have
isn't
only
it?
got 1 win next to their name. Sort of thought the pressure would be all on them to perform today, but haven't quite lived up to that at the moment.
I think that first win might have alleviated the pressure valve a little bit heading in today. If they were to go 0-12 after today, it would have been really dangerous signs, but a scoreline of 1-10, potentially 1-11 looks a lot better than 0-12, that's for sure. Norton, he's on the paint of 50, elects to go shorter, finds a teammate, does well. McMurray, so was pushed after it. Umpire said no free kick. So Wilbur McMurray is the man with ball in hand.
Another talented cricketer and also another one of those players coming up from the 16s last year, right?
So plenty of young talent on offer at North Hobart. It's long been the story at Demonland is to continue to breed and hold on to them, because they've lost a lot of soldiers in the past few years out on the full from McMurray. So 5-6-36, and that scoreline for North Hobart doesn't change, but
it certainly doesn't. It's been a pretty horrendous day in front of the goals for North Hobart so far. Got a few spares out. Keegan Wiley. McMurray's going to have another chance to go again. Glover set upon by Lefebvre.
I think that's ball. No.
It's going to be a ball up. So
the crowd weren't too happy with that one, though.
The last 2 times, the last time Rewalt played here, it was nearly the exact same umpiring group and they missed a few decisions. So hopefully they can have a bit of a better game this time coming. Glover through the middle of Blundstone Arena. Johnston does well to set himself. They got Rewalt in a 1-on-1. Does well. Rewalt's at the back. Uses the body, nearly taking the mark though. Trying to reel it in. Hands low. Sells a bit of candy. Snap on goal is in the belly of the ball. Tracking back nicely though is Kilpatrick, who's had a really good start to this second quarter. Kilpatrick will go out wide. Dangerous. Kick finds Burrow. Has McLeod on. Elects to not go to him. He's just going to have to go along down the line where James and Wiley sit. He'll go to Watson. Instead, he's been in and out of the team. Coming over
Numbers on.
in a state. So Walker wheels and goes. Opportunity for the first of the afternoon for the D's. Meadows brings ball to ground. Lefebvre roved it. Snap on goal. Trickling forward from Lefebvre. First of the afternoon to the D's.
Terrific play there from North Hobart. All the way in D50. just some short, sharp ball until they could get it in the middle bowl. And when they were able to get out through Walker, they did. They had the numbers inside 50, and Tom Lefebvre, he's looked dangerous in there today. So he puts through his first of the day, and the Demons first. So 139, plays 5-6-36 as we approach the 24-minute mark of the second quarter. So that'll give North Hobart some confidence heading into half-time.
Just the goal that they needed. Just finally getting on the scoreboard. Lefebvre roved it nicely and then got that goal. So 24 minutes now into this second quarter. Nearly 40 minutes, 45 minutes of play, and North Hobart kicked their first of the day.
So Holmes and James contest. Holmes wins down, just gets a footy out, and he's tackled well by James. Mark taken it half forward. Rewalt doesn't hit him. Green's over the back. Lex to go inside. Unselfish from Josh Green. And they'll get another stoppage inside. So good work there from the Roos.
There's a nice kick from Ryan. I thought Green probably had to come up, and he made a bit more of an effort. He would have marked it.
He would have. Well done to recover and centre that footy. Rewalt tries to take it out of the ruck. Can't do that. Comes out wide now. Looks like Preshaw. Gives off to a teammate even wider than that. This to be some kind of goal. Doesn't trouble the goal umpire in the end, and that goes out of bounds. It does. So a reset now for another stoppage deep inside 50.
So when Rewalt comes up to the ruck contest, you can see him there. David Monks is hanging at the back as the goalkeeper.
Yep.
So
really good spot.
Can't quite make anything of it if Rewalt's trying to go off the ground, Ryan.
So Rewalt contests against James. Might have been taken high there, ducked ahead. Umpire said no. So reset again. So really good spot there from Bo. David Monks. Looks like Clarence have picked one up now, but Demons do well to have a number on that goal line. So they're going to have to put this through on the full if they're to kick a goal here. Beerley does just that, but it goes through for a behind. So 5-7-37 to 3-15. They bring this one back out. North Hobart into the middle of the ground. That's a really good kick there in the back half. Again, really good tackle pressure though from Clarence, and we'll get another stoppage.
So it was a nice kick from Norton just in the middle of the ground, but
looked like
didn't make anything of it as he moves up to that stoppage now. Nice work rate from that man. Holmes and James to do the ruck. Holmes, Howlett just overran his stay. Norton just on the eve of 50, but nice retreating intercept mark there from Howlett. In fact, it was on that occasion. So Hobart can go long down the line, but doesn't really matter. It's 5-7-37 to 2-3-15. It's been a hot contest so far. I've run through your goal kickers quickly. It was Josh Green with 3, Rewalt with 1, and Preshaw with 1. And then for the visitors, it was Lefebvre, and also it escapes my mind who that second goal kicker was, Ryan, but both teams having a real ascendancy on this game.
I'm not too sure there was a second goal there for North Hobart both, so
no, either.
The goal umpire might have to come out and correct that score. I think it still is 5-7-37, plays 1-3-9. So we'll get confirmation on that. I think they are coming together now, the goal umpires. So correct score at the half is 5-7-37 and 1-3-9. So really good, I guess, goal there for North Hobart, Bo, to just pull back a little bit of ascendancy, but obviously Clarence have had all the momentum here in the first half. So we'll take our long break right now at the half-time change. We'll be back with you for the third quarter. Stick with us on the AFL Tas YouTube live stream.
You need to watch Lakers Celtics the third series. It's about 3 2-hour episodes. It's on Kayo. It's great, and it's always on SBS on the news. It's so good because it goes through that whole Michael Johnson.
Have you watched the entire show they did on
Yeah, I watched it once. Lakers are one blows. And it wasn't even fair. He said he could put his manager around and think that LA drops it. So no one touched me. What was that?
That would be huge. I remember when Lamelo Ball was playing at Houston Sports. Yeah, exactly.
He hasn't even been great.
No.
How's it going?
It's the first one. I mean, I've obviously thought that it might sort of tickets.
Oh, it's in what games?
Yeah, small Hello, welcome back to Blundstone Arena for round 14 Tasmanian State League action. Half-time break almost over. Players set to resume their place on the field. Clarence holding a pretty comfortable bow 5-7, 37 and 139 lead. Obviously haven't had it all their way in this game so far, but they've looked the better side throughout the first half.
Yeah, certainly. It's been a pretty scrappy game of football, to say the least, but goal-kicking worries have been pretty miserable for the majority of the game. 7 behinds to Clarence. 10 behinds for the whole game, so not too bad, but just got to do a little bit more than that as we go back in the middle. Holmes spikes it down. Norton, Watson now. I think it might have been Kilpatrick, beg my pardon. So, out wide to Wilbur McMurray. Had a chance earlier in that second quarter to kick a goal. Didn't capitalise. Lefheber now leading out strongly. Bealey does well. Advantage played, but dropping back in the hole there is Monks. Dick just got smothered with. Alarms out to Green. Tracking at the back. Green tried to keep it in, but McCrimmon will see this one over the line for a behind run.
Notice on that first centre bounce there, Bo, that Bailey Walker looks like he's gone into the ruck now. So keep your eye on that one. They might have made a change inside the middle of the ground to combat Noah Holmes' dominance. And they've got all the numbers here to the Demons as they look to work this footy out of the defensive half of the ground.
It looks like Meadows is playing.
Walker's on his own in a paddock in the square. He goes that way and he's going to kick inside 50. Mark taken well by Meadows. Umpire's going to pay it in the end. So Cleary did all he could to spoil that.
It was an awkward quick kicking style there from Walker, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he just stopped and propped and knew he had to deliver it at a low angle so Cleary wasn't able to come over the top and spoil. So really good work there from Walker and Meadows. As we said, back in today, Bo. Been out with an injury. Not too sure the length of his absence, but good to see him back today.
Great game in the Dev League, apparently, according to Coach Adam Bester, so good to have him back in.
So, Charlie Meadows, can he put through the first of the second half and the Demons' second of the game? That looks pretty good off the boot. The umpire barely moves. So, Demons have 2. They cut that margin back. 5-8-38 plays 2-3-15. 2 minutes gone in the third quarter.
Yeah, it was a good kick there from Meadows. Set himself. Mark was a really difficult one, but got it in the end. So, just bringing that back now to 23 points. A lot of big names here in the crowd this afternoon. We've got Blair Brownless and some Clarence legends, also Damien Gill in the house as well. So, big day for football. In
crowd watch.
Pretty good conditions here, Ryan, to be honest with you. It's not actually too chilly. It's a nice 10 or 11 degrees, but it feels a little bit warmer than that, to be honest with you. We're not as cold as we usually are up here at Blundstone Arena, but I mean, Macca's just looked at us with the big coat on, but I'm not as cold as I have been. So walk up, Clarence out again. Demons just getting a little bit of swagger about them. Lefheber try to kick the ball off the ground. Bealey, Lefheber might have dragged it in. Umpire says no. So another ball up. Rewalt playing, moving up to the stoppage. Monk's still getting the job on him. Green playing is the deepest forward at the minute.
1 goal, 3 for him today, Jack Rewalt.
So Holmes rips it out. Gets the hand pass away. Norton stripped him of it. Down on the ground though for another ball up run.
So they'll reset inside 50 for the Demons. Opening goal of the third quarter went their way. Can they kick a second here and bring that margin back even further and make some sort of challenge here in the second half? Holmes won it down, applied a good tackle in the end, and they'll reset. As mentioned earlier in the call, other games for you today, and Bo Down's got some score updates for you.
6-5-41, Kingborough playing 2-4-16 Lauderdale, and fighting back nicely is Launceston 6-2, 38 to 7-3-45.
Really important game there down at the Twins for both those sides. Lauderdale obviously got the chocolates the last time they faced the Tigers, so Trent Bull's men doing everything they can to get a really important win and stay in touch with that top 3. First time, I believe, Bo, all season if Lockie Clifford is back today, that they've had their first choice midfield available all year. Obviously, Eddie Cole's missed a lot of footy. Zach Adams has missed with a broken neck for large chunks of the year. So they've rolled out their best midfield all year, and it's really paying dividends, it appears like, on the scoreboard for the Tigers.
I can't say I've seen too much of Zach Adams, but a lot
Really
of
good player.
A lot of things around the league is he's
Yep.
really good.
Really good player before he headed off to Port Melbourne last year in the VFL. Played a number of VFL games last year. Was one of Kingborough's best players in the run to a grand final in 2022. And my understanding was that Port Melbourne were very interested in Jordan Lane, and they caught some vision of Zach Adams along with Jordan Lane while they tuned in to watch Laney, and they were very interested in Zach Adams once they did that. So Zach Adams returning to the TSL is a really good statement for both Kingborough and this competition.
Good scoop from you, Ryan.
So back at play here at Bellerive. They're going to go back inside now, the Demons. High footy. Meadows has to sit, can't take the mark. Did well there, Cleary. Clarence is going to professionally get this to the boundary line. Umpire's going to call for a throw-in, so disguised well there.
They're looking really dangerous. They've had continuous inside forward 50s now. They need to capitalise.
So Jared Harper comes back on along with Oscar Proprotny. So he'll just sit out the back of this stoppage. He gets manned up now well, though, by Wilbur McMurray.
Just a spare also down the ground.
Sorry, Jack Gilligan is the man that's going to sit on Proprotny as Leafheber, the goal kicker. He gets it back after his kick was smothered. Gets it off to Norton. High footy. It's not going to trouble the goal umpire. They've got to sit the ruse. Mark paid, says the umpire. So Baxter Norton will be the man with the footy.
So Norton back in this team after a stint off due to injury. Long high kick down the line. Just sits there for Borsboom. In fact, it might have been Preshaw. Does well, nearly shrugs the tackle, gets the hand pass away. Bolter having him in a jam. McLeod dives on the football. Umpire's going to pay this. Holding the ball. So they're going to try rebound now. Rewalt, the deepest forward. They're going to go in the middle of the ground. Holmes, the one-handed pickup. Kick inside forward 50. Rewalt nearly off the hands of him. Now Kilpatrick goes out wide with a kick. Finds Burrow. He'll go out wider. Just missing the kick there in front of Tilbury, who's had a really good game this week. Ryan, hand pass off back to Baxter Norton. Kick on goal from Norton is good. First of the second half. Norton strikes first blood.
So kicks the first of the second half for the Roosters. Baxter Norton indeed. Terrific goal there from the man that, as Bo mentioned, has missed a large chunk of footy in 2024. Went down in round 3 with a shoulder injury. Came back last week in managed minutes. Played a lot of half-back and midfield, and he's come back today. We understand him still some managed game time, but has played a lot more predominantly inside the middle of the ground. So his first of the day, his first... Clarence is 6, I should say, sorry. 6-8, 44, 2-4, 16. So as we approach the 7.5-minute mark of the third quarter. So you'd think North Hobart, if they're going to be any chance to make this some sort of game heading into the last quarter, would need to respond here.
So back out now. Holmes with the tap down. Left Haber nearly got stripped of it. Nice little step dance there from James. Kicks inside forward 50. Barwick just slipped over as he went to kick it. Having him in a jam is Johnston. Volta could go inside forward 50. Meadows nearly 2 bites of the cherry. It'll be a free kick though to Meadows. Nice leading out. He's looked good when he's leading out in the forward 50. Starting as the deepest and then working his way up. Back from that PCL injury. Looking really good there, Charlie Meadows, going for his first of the afternoon. In fact, his second.
Got caught high on that occasion over the shoulder from Tom Cleary. So he's done well, Cleary, today in defence, but just gave away a free kick on that occasion.
We haven't had to mention him too much today, Cleary, because he just does his job week in, week out. Now Meadows for 2 in the quarter. Kick is on its way. Beautifully there. The North Hobart fans love it. Meadows loves it. His second, North Hobart's third.
So I just mentioned they would need an immediate response, and that's exactly what they produced. So 6-8, 44 plays 3-4, 22. It's a 22-point margin here at Bellerive Oval.
Just cut it in half the lead.
They have, so if they can kick another one here early in the third quarter, she is well and truly game on here in round 14. A much different result. I think from memory, though, third quarter, in the last game, these two sides, I should say, in the third quarter, I think Clarence booted 10-plus goals. So,
Obviously improved.
As we said, North Hobart didn't kick a goal on that day. They've been able to do that today. They've kicked 3 so far. So, a much improved showing from the Demons here 7 weeks later in round 14. Holmes won it down, but James kicks inside 50. Might have been a push in the back. Umpire said no. Clarence going to have to do well here to get this footy out of their defensive half. Turnover, Hanslow gets it. Gives off to Beerley. Beerley goes high up and under. Mark not taken though in defence by North Hobart, and they might pay here. Rewalt and Green inside. Who's going to take it? Rewalt can't. North Hobart, all the pressure now against two of the very best inside 50 for Clarence, and they do well to cause the stoppage.
Again, Monks out of position, comes back with the flight, hinders the mark, so really well done by him.
What will Rewalt do here? Gets a tap down. McLeod, high footy. Who can take a mark? No one. Ball hits the deck. Wiley calls for ball. Umpire says no. He'll have it. So we'll reset once again on the half-forward flank for Clarence.
Again, Meadows just playing as that deepest forward.
So Holmes comes in, up against James. Holmes wins down. Tackle applied well there by Dolliver. And Baxter Norton. So what can the Roos do here? Can they find another goal? Extend the lead back out to 28 points. Holmes wins down. Just launches it inside 50. Players fly. No one takes it cleanly. Few on the deck grabbed it. Handball out now will come. Harper. He gets it off to Ryan. Holmes on his left. Kicks inside. Mark taken well there.
Gee, that's brilliant pressure there from North Hobart. They just managed to win that ball back.
So Jack Gilligan was the man that took it. But again, they've turned it over. Forward of centre. It's going to cost them. Harper gives off to Norton. He gives to Ryan. Ryan finds Preshaw. Unselfish play there. He's got Green inside. Josh Green on snap around the body. He can't put it through. So 6-9-45. North Hobart 3-4-22. 12 minutes almost gone in the third quarter.
Bring it back in there as Barrow goes out wider to Norton. Long kick down the line. McMurray just slipped. James was the target. Holmes cops him high. So, Meadows deepest forward. Lefebvre's probably the next link in the chain if they can get it to him.
One out, 2 inside 50, Bo. Exactly what they want.
So, Kilpatrick hugging the boundary. Dixon, one out as Ryan said is Meadows. Can they get it down to him? Just not really working though. He's going to have to get one more kick. Walker might have been pushed. Nicely swifting move there from Clarence. Back in the hands of James. In the middle of the ground. Burrows there, they find him. Not much though. Just has to go with a kick up and under. It's dangerous. Sandrick was hindered with. Norton outright to Glover. Now a bit of run can provide. Borsboom's there. Kicks it. Hair pass. Ryan kicks the goal. Alomes just off the face. He still has been quiet, Alomes. He's had 2 shocking weeks in front of the goals. Won't kick a goal yet this game and last game. So 2 goalless games so far for that man. Things can change pretty quickly though. Keeling out to Sandrick. Needed to take that one. Couldn't do it, but again, Meadows is going to come up to this ruck stoppage now, meaning Walker's going to have a rest. So now they don't have much to go to in their forward 50. The D's. Meadows and Alomes will do a ruck battle once again. Nice throw in from the umpire. Alomes. Sandrick twisting out of trouble. Spinning ball to Lefebvre. Linking up there with Watson. Through the middle of Blundstone Arena. Walker's out there as well. That's where they go. Wiley uses the body nicely. Walker just kicked it out. Harper breaks the tackle. Twisting out. Watson with a little toe poke. And now Clarence have some really big pressure as Lefebvre
tackle.
comes in late. Free kick going the way of Clarence Ryan.
So Lefebvre just a little bit overzealous on that occasion against Keegan Wiley. So one of the Roos senior defenders inside the back 50. He'll kick this out. It's a short one and hits the target well. So they'll just hold here, Clarence. Just try to bring the tempo of this game down. It has risen in the last 5 to 6 minutes. That kick isn't what they wanted. It's gone straight over the head of Keegan Ryan. And they're going to go back inside. Lefebvre's on his own. Good spoil though. Did well to make up some ground there in defence. And again, Cleary wins out to Wiley. Wiley deep inside the back 50. That's on his best.
Have an overlap.
Does all right though. Clarence on the commentary side, wing now to Preshaw.
Oh.
He's taken hard in a marking contest, Does well to hold on in front of Charlie Meadows.
Beautiful kick.
Kick inside to Harper. Harper's got Rewald and Green on. They're going to fight over this footy. And they both go to ground in the end. North Hobart do well, but they've got some pressure here to get it out of D50. McCrimmon. And the Roos do well to find the boundary line. So they'll reset here at the 15.5-minute mark of the third quarter. 6-10 plays 3-4 on a sunny day at Bellerive Oval. Clarence looking for their 10th win of the season. North Hobart their second. A win would do wonders for the Roos' ability to lock up that second spot heading into the back half of the year. The Demons work out well here. Comes out to McMurray. He goes to Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick kicks high. Had Bingham there. He comes in and he's set upon by a teammate in McMurray. So a little bit of talk lacking on that occasion from the D's. So they'll reset on the commentary side wing here at Bellerive Oval. Supposed to set a good crowd in today. Norton, he's got a few to work through, he does well. Gives it off to a teammate in Barrow. Fly from Wiley. Sorry, Cleary, he can't take it. Goes inside 50 now for the Demons.
How good's this pressure on?
It's lifted again, Bo, in the last few minutes. Dolliver, they're out here now through Norton. Norton's got Hanslow wide. Goes back inside though to Dolliver. Dolliver's got Rewald. Rewald flies, can't take the mark, but he's going to kick it in the end, Jack Rewald. So couldn't take it.
He was
flew.
green.
Thought he was going to have the sit, Bo, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. He puts through his second goal, yes.
My apologies, it was Rewald.
So Rewald kicks 2. He's got Clarence's 8th, and very similar to his first one, Bo. He had to sit inside 50. He didn't take the mark, but he did well enough to recover and kick the goal.
Yeah, well done there. The pressure was coming from North Hobart. Needed to lock it in that forward 50. Couldn't, but again, just being able to capitalise on the scoreboard. Clarence in the big time. 7-10-52 plays 3-4-22. Pleasure to have your company wherever you're watching from around the planet on the AFL Tas live stream. So, 17.5 minutes gone here. Tilbury, Hanslow, McLeod, Glover, all the big names as Holmes rips it out of the ruck. Kicks it out in front of Rewalt. Nearly taking the mark. Monks does well. Not happy with the treatment he got, Rewalt. Hand pass over to Dixon. He kicks it in the middle to Norton. Overlap run there from Cleaver. In fact, it was Ferguson, out wide to Walker. Just holds a little bit. Monks has been well and truly magnificent on Rewalt this afternoon as they go inside forward 50. James, 2 clunks of it. Nathan 50, James, they want 50. They're not going to give it. He's a strong player coming from interstate, Nathan James. Again, one of these players that have been in and out of the team this year. Probably a pretty tough kick. Tied up along the right forward flank. Not sure he'll have the distance, but we'll see how he goes in just a moment's time. Nathan James looking for the first of the afternoon. Expected him to maybe play a little bit of half-back, but didn't. Permanent forward in the ruck, so James, nice lethargic build-up. Kick just to the right of screen. So Wiley will bring this one back in for the Roos. Not much to go to. Just has to dump a long one. Just skids out. Not enough room there for Johnston. So just another boundary throw in, Ryan.
One of 3 youngsters in today for the Roos, that man Johnston, along with Caden Bosworth and William Massey. Jack Rewalt and James Holmes, the vice captain, all the other 2 ins for the Roos today. So 5 changes all up from the team. So 1 last week. No Mitch Rainbird today, both. So a couple of midfielders short from their best, I guess, output out on field. No Rainbird, no Jack Preshaw. So 2 players still to come back into this lineup in the lead up to the finals. Wiley tried to tackle. Leafhepper ended up with the footy in the end. Good mark taken though. It looks like James Holmes. Umpire called play on though. Cleary gets his kick away. Bealey does well. He's got a teammate on the commentary side wing. They go further. Al Holmes gave off to Dolliver. Dolliver now, he's got Leafhepper for company. Smart kick to Rewalt. Mark not taken, but definitely infringed with on that occasion. So Rewalt will get the free kick. As play just resets. A bit of feeling in that tackle from Green and Norton. 2 fiery characters. So Jack Rewalt will be the man that ends up with the footy at the end of the day. So he'll look for the Roos 8th and his 3rd goal of the day, Bo. So he would equal Josh Green as the highest goal kickers for the day if he is to put this one through. So the favourite son returned home to Clarence earlier this year after a long and illustrious career at the top level. 3 premierships, 3 Coleman medals. He's done it all in football. Can he kick his 3rd today for Clarence? He can't. That sneaks just through for a behind. So 7-11-53. Clarence 3-5-23 North Hobart as we hit the 21-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. North Hobart will bring this out now. They're going to go commentary side wing. It's a dangerous kick. They've got no numbers there. Clarence had all of them. And Ollie Preshaw did well to come through with a spoil. So they'll reset again inside 50 of the Roos. What can they do here? You'd think if Clarence Bow were to kick 1 or 2 more goals here in this 3rd quarter, you'd think it'd be too far back for North Hobart to come. That 4-goal margin gives them a little bit of currency to think they're a chance to make a late push, but that creeps out to 5 goals, 5 or 6 goals at 3-quarter time. You'd think it might be a little bit too far of a bridge to overcome.
Yeah, it's sitting at 5 goals at the moment, so 1 or 2 more here will be really not needed for the D's. Lurking around there is Preshaw. Rewalt shrugs the tackle. Hand pass off. Green just to the top of the square. 2-on-1 outnumber. Yeah, Ferguson takes a nice nifty mark in the pocket there. It's up McCrimmon. He goes out wider to Sammy Wright. Nice mark taken. He's a keeper for Newtown, so we expect him to take those 9 times out of 10. Sammy Wright. Long kick down the line. In front of Holmes, who's had a pretty cruisy day this afternoon. Kicks it inside forward 50. Just off the back there was Kilpatrick, but a nice mark taken from Hanslow. And he'll look to get his first of the afternoon, Tyson Hanslow.
Kilpatrick just set too early there and lost touch on his opponent, so disappointing there from Callum Kilpatrick, who'll be dirty on himself on that occasion, but gives the Roos a chance for their 8th.
So Hanslow crosses the paint of 50. Relatively easy kick for a right footer. Kick is on its way for Clarence's 8th. Is just going to hang out to the right for goal face. 7-12 now to 3-5. 23 and a half minutes gone here as we see Kilpatrick bring this one out of defence for the D's. Ferguson goes out wide to Keeling. I believe it was his 100th North Hobart game last week or something along the lines of that. There's McLeod. He'll go retreating back to Kilpatrick, who's had a stack of it this afternoon. Callum Kilpatrick Out wide to Lefebvre. Kilpatrick supplies the run. Shrugs the tackle of Bosworth. Goes around one. Kicks it to the vicinity of 50, but dropping back in the hole nicely was Alomes. His kick just got smothered. Ryan, hand pass, dangerous. Nice build up here from the Roos. Now it goes back out to Ryan. He finds Holmes. Wants to go to Borsboom. Does. Overlap hand pass there provided from Ryan. Hanslow provides the run. Nice build up. Borsboom can kick it inside forward 50. Keeling was in the hole. Off the hands. Rewald hangs it out for Green. Josh Green for number 4.
Terrific handball there from Jack Rewalt. Footy IQ at all-time high with that man. He knew where Josh Green was, and you see now Josh Green went over and give his teammate a thank you because Jack Rewalt is to thank for that goal. So Green has his 4th. Clarence had their 8th. An interesting tidbit though too. Tasmania Devils were expected to play in Victoria today, but their flight was cancelled, which meant a lot of players for both these sides weren't available today to play TSL footy. Players, I think, like Max Matley. I think North Hobart may have had a few players that also had to come out for Devils duty. So given that that game was cancelled due to some flight restrictions and delays, interesting tidbit that you think a lot of those players, if there was no Devils today originally, that they actually wouldn't have been out here. So a few players will have to find some game fitness elsewhere during the week, given they've missed a full round of footy. So 26 minutes almost gone now in the third quarter. You'd think this would be a pretty comfortable game-winning lead, but if North Hobart can kick one here, they'll continue to keep Clarence on their toes, but they don't. Wiley took a mark out in front of Meadows, so he gets a short kick off to a teammate. He might get it back here. He doesn't. Holmes elects to go to the other side of the back 50, finds Cleary. So Tom Cleary sends a high footy up. He's got Norton in a bit of space on his own, and the Roos are out. Josh Green all on his own in a paddock. Rewald also can't take the mark. Boundary line beats all comers. That is exactly what they didn't want there, Clarence. They had Rewald on. He could have either taken a mark bowl and gone back for a set shot, or even better, Josh Green was streaming inside to the goal square. He could have had his 5th of the day there. So just some poor skill execution on that occasion from Clarence when they've gone inside 50.
They look a really lively duo down there in the forward line,
yeah.
Ryan Green and Rewalt, as this one's been thrown back in forward 50. James rips it out of the ruck, immediately set upon by a Clarence player. Kick just off the deck there from Rewalt. Dolliver twisting, turning. Last line of defence there is Monks. We've mentioned it all afternoon that Monks is going to play that goalkeeper role. Is this one? He's going to be called for a behind, not deliberate.
Definitely had pressure there into the vicinity. No issues with that one.
So McLeod just here at centre half back for the D's. Takes a bit of tarmac out wide, but mark taken from Howlett. Not going to matter though. It's currently Clarence 8-13, 61 to 3-23. The Demons, Clarence holding pretty tight ascendancy over that quarter on Rosendale.
Yeah, they did. Goal kickers for you at the final change. Josh Green has 4, Jack Rewalt 2. Singles to Baxter Norton and Ollie Preshaw for the Demons. It was Charlie Meadows with 2 goals in that quarter, so a good return from him at full forward. While Thomas Lefebvre has one major to his name. So 8-13-61 plays 3-5-23 here at the final change. We'll take our last break here in the commentary box and be back with you for the last quarter in just a little bit.
do it for one.
I used to, and then I realised that I was going to pay myself in petrol.
Yep.
Go to the game.
Yep.
Welcome back to round 14 action live from Blundstone Arena. Just getting a little bit chillier now. It's currently the Roos taking a 38-point lead into the last break of the day. 8:13.61 plays 35.23. We just wait for the women to get off the ground. Obviously that game up next in an action-packed day here at Blundstone Arena, starting off with the 18s, then the Dev League seniors are now the women up next after this. So big day here as Rewalt made his return. Currently 2 goals next to his name. Can he kick another 2 or 3? Have a bag, Ryan.
He's had a good day so far. He's been lively by, as you said, just the 2 goals to his name. Josh Green, the other multiple goal kicker for the Roos with 4. They've become a good tandem inside 50. They were pretty good in their first game together back in round 8 against Lauderdale, and they've been just as promising and good today. So, he said 38-point lead at the last change. As that siren rings out at Bellerive Oval for the start of the final quarter. So a bit of a change in the ruck for Clarence. Noah Holmes, you assume, is probably deep forward. Potentially on the bench, so we'll keep our eye on that. He's been really good today as Noah Holmes. Continued to have a really strong back end of the year, same way as he started it. So the Roos are the first ascendancy in the last quarter, Mark taken inside, tight angle. It looks like they're going to go back for a set shot boat. So, James Glover kicks a high footy, can't take a mark. Again, good tackle pressure though on the rebound from the Roos. So, good to see James Holmes back, as we mentioned earlier today. He's had his own injury troubles throughout the last few seasons, the brother of Noah. There he is there, Rewalt with the ruck tap. And they reset again. So, important game for both these sides as we look towards one more round of TSL footy next week, before we have another competition bye for the second state game up at Utah Stadium on July 22nd, I think is the date from memory, against a combined team from Sydney and Canberra. So, important couple of weeks for the TSL in terms of the finals makeup. As Harper gets his kick off to a teammate, just sets in the props and waits for Proprotny. So Proprotny gives off to the former skipper in Harper. He gives off to Norton, so all the big names in the midfield combined for the Roos. Proprotny again to Harper. High footy, few set, mark not taken. It's a good kick. I think it's a goal boat. It is. So it might be
Glover,
James Glover, it is. So had a set shot a few minutes ago, couldn't take the mark, and the former uni defender has become a goal kicker today for the Roos. So 9-13-67, North Hobart 3-5-23. Clarence extend that lead out as we tick into 2 minutes in the last quarter.
They're 44 points now. You'd probably think it is a little bit too much for the Demons.
Too much to come back from for North Hobart.
You never know though if they're playing anything like Collingwood. I don't think they're anywhere near that,
But given that, though, definitely an improvement on that round 7 performance, as we mentioned a few times today. 150-point loss on that day, so definitely an improved showing from the D's today.
So Norton just tried to kick it off the deck. Ball hobbling around now. In there nicely was Glover again. Harper moved to defence, I think. Norton hugging the boundary line, kicks it out in front of that man Glover. Wheels and goes. On the lead is Rewaltz.
That is the exact kick that Jack Rewalt would have asked for when he came into today. He's been hit up a few times, but that is absolute precision there from James Glover. Rewalt didn't have to break stride, hit him straight out on the chest. Terrific play there from the Roos.
Easy lead from Rewalt, gets rewarded. Looking for his third of the afternoon. Think it might be 3-3.
Yep.
Passes it off, just over the head of Alomes. In fact, it was Bosworth. He was trying to get the first game or his first goal. Didn't end up working though. Preshaw hugging the boundary line, just ends up out on the floor. I think Rewalt probably should have went and back and had a shot on that occasion, to be honest with you, Ryan.
Yeah, you'd think given it was potentially the first game, it was his only thought to try and give him his first shot on goal in senior footy, but unselfish, but yeah, as you said, Bo, probably could have gone back and nailed it from there, Rewalt.
So Cleary back out wide now to Alomes.
Got players out on this commentary side wing.
Alomes in the middle of the ground, elects Borsboom. Hand pass off, slipping over was Dolliver. In fact, it was Beerley. Borsboom out wide now to Holmes. We'll go even further out in front of Norton, I think it is.
Good mark taken.
So Norton, Rewalt is there, but Green is the better option. We'll look for 5. This
He's in
one's
a
going.
really good patch of form, Josh Green. From memory, Bo kicked 3 last week against the Roos. Obviously, had 2 stellar seasons at Lindisfarne in the SFL where he almost hit the magical ton for 2 straight years. I think 97 goals a couple of years ago, followed by 80 plus last year. So he's followed up his work for the Two Blues with just as good a return to Clarence, and that is as good as you like from Josh Green. So that's his 5th. Clarence kicks 10, and they extend that lead even further, and they're well on their way to their 10th victory of the year. 10-13-73, 3-5-23. 5 minutes gone in the 4th quarter. So Josh Green, I was going to get some, as we digress back to the middle, but I'm going to get my stat sheet up to see where he sat on the Hudson medal count, because from memory he's right up there. Let's look at it now. He's sitting 2nd, so I was correct. So Harvey Griffiths from North Launceston, he's kicked 40, obviously North Lonnie with a bye this week. So Josh Green, his 5 today takes him to 36. So he closes that gap on the Hudson medal to a 4-goal lead between he and Griffiths. Bryce Alholm's currently sitting with 30 in that top 3 on the Hudson medal count. Footy back inside 50 now for the Roos. Gets around a couple in defence. Norton. Good tackle from Propotny. Good pressure gets to Leafheber though. Leafheber kicks inside. It's a high footy. Good mark taken there by the D's inside. That man was Bingham. So Josh Bingham, if he's to kick here, he'll have to kick from, you'd think, just on the plane of 50 boat. Man on the mark's just inside. He thinks he's got the distance though, so he'll go back for his first set shot of the day. Try to put some respect back on this scoreboard. And put through North Hobart's 4th. So Josh Bingham kicks right on the pane of 50. It's a low ball. It's not going to trouble the goal umpire. Goes almost out of bounds. Keegan Wiley keeps it in play well. Probably should have just let it go out of play, because that one has almost gone through for a goal, but some good work on the defensive line there from the Roos. So that's 3-6, 24, 10-13, 73 Clarence.
So Wiley kicked this one out. Just off the hands, McLeod. Spinning back in. Kick over the head of Norton. Sock it off the ground in the hands of Ryan. We'll go back to Bealey. Not much on further afield. Glover all linking up now. Slaps it onto himself. Glover had Rewalt on if he wanted him. Just didn't go there in the end. Alomes was there. Now Harper. Green walks in. Number 6 for Josh Green. Easy as you like there from the Roos.
He's had a day out today as Josh Green. That's number 6. Takes his season tally to 37. Closes that gap on the Hudson medal. So this will be a pretty comfortable win in the end for Clarence. 11-13, 79, 3-6-24. As we look ahead to next week, Bo. These two sides, North Hobart will face Kingborough back home at North Hobart Oval next Saturday, while Lauderdale and Clarence will face off down at the tip for the 3rd time this season. So huge game next week for both those sides. Glenorchy will have a bye, and the other game will be up at Windsor Park, Launceston and North Launceston in the Northern Derby. So those will be the 3 games brought to you on the TSL live stream next week before, as I said, we break for a competition bye the following week for some state rep footy up at UTAS Stadium as Holmes wins it down again. He's been one of the best today, and that's a terrific mark there inside 50. Looks like Baxter Norton, I think, both. From where I stand, it is. So Baxter Norton is the man with a footy. So good to see one of the premier midfielders in the TSL back to some of his best today. He was solid on his return last week against Glenorchy, but he's been one of their prime movers today. He's already kicked 1 major so far. So this would be his 2nd. This lead really starting to creep out now for Clarence. So Norton from about 45 metres out doesn't trouble the goal umpire in the end. That one goes out on the full. So North Hobart will reset. They'll have kick out. They're going to bring it to the commentary side wing. A little bit of pressure applied from Clarence. Holmes has got the sit, takes a strong mark. There's Noah Holmes. He's been terrific today, the big man. Green, he's got 2 to beat. Rewalt, oh, that is incredibly smart from Rewalt. Everything right there, except the ball sitting for Josh Green. So, as Bo mentioned earlier, they have combined really well today. They're going to be a danger whenever they are together in that forward 50 boat. It's going to go back inside for the Roos.
Again now, just in the hands of the prime ball users. It's going to be James Holmes. Long kick down in front of Green. Swiftly picks it up. Holmes was there. Tilbury, that's probably number 8 now, nearly getting up to the player of the match disposal count of 9. So let's see if he can get another one. Spinning out of trouble there was Dolliver. Taken high, doesn't matter. Hanslow on the check side.
I think it'll be brought back.
So Tilbury giving that one away.
So Dolliver will get the free kick, Boat, I think.
It will be. So Dolliver.
Kicked 4 last time these two sides played.
Just
one of these up-and-coming Roos that he's going to give off to Wiley, though, as he interrupts my train of thought. Keegan Wiley, not a regular goal kicker. He's not going to become one today either. So that'll go out in the full bow down him.
So I was just going to be brought back in here. In fact, it landed. Might have been touched as it's a throw in. Might have missed something there, but
I just should have brought my glasses.
Regardless, it'll be Alomes. Norton crumbing the ball, scooped the hand pass out. Boards boom, Hanslow. Kick on goal from Hanslow. Brilliant. Missed one earlier. He'll get consolation one now. So there's balls flying everywhere here, Ryan.
So 12-14, 86 as that scoreboard just changes over as I creep my eyes to look at it. So 12-14, 86 to 3-6, 24. 12 minutes almost gone. Get some score updates for you from around the grounds, as I think the result here is just about set in stone. It's also set in stone down at the Twin Ovals. Kingborough with a pretty handy lead there over Lauderdale, 9-7-61, plays 3-6-24. So the Bombers, after 2 weeks off, haven't come back in the form they would have liked. Well, over at Windsor Park, it's Glenorchy holding a pretty comfortable lead, 8-5-53, plays 6-5-41. So we reset here. Inside, mark not taken by the Roos. They've got numbers at the footy though. Hanslow, Beerley. Umpire calls a throw. So Beerley will be rewarded for his tackle here inside the middle of the ground. So Beerley. Pre-Shaw. He goes up. Rewalt flies. Can't take the mark. Green's there. They're going to hold up play. We'll get another stoppage.
So, another inside forward 50 here. Just off the hands. Holmes ripped it out. Again, Sandrick. Now a hack kick out from Ferguson. Out wide. Winning the foot race there was Massey. Hasn't had too many touches on debut today. Lefebvre did well to provide the tackle. James will be wrapped up though.
Disappointing, obviously, for North Hobart, as we said, they came away with a win last week to the tune of 7 points against Launceston, so we expected them to come out here today and present a little bit of a better challenge than they have. They were really good early, as we mentioned in the call, but they've really fallen away since probably the quarter-time siren. As Holmes kicks into Pre-Shaw. Pre-Shaw goes wide. So they'll just hold up the tempo again here, the Roosers, before they kick inside. Plenty of options. Mark taken, umpire says push though. So free kick will be paid to the Demons in the defensive 50 through McCrimmon. He'll go a little bit wider inside the back half. Norton's there. McCrimmon also calls for it again, but he doesn't get it. Comes to the far side wing now. So they've got the numbers here, Meadows. If they can get this footy, and they can't, boundary line beats them. So 14 and a half gone now. 12-14 plays 3-6. Thrilling contest up at Windsor Park, Boat, as I just mentioned a few minutes ago. That one looks like it's going to go right down to the wire. 6-6-42 Launceston. 8-3-51 Glenorchy. So Magpies hoping to hold on and secure another win this year. A season, Bo, where many expect them to be on the bottom of the ladder again. They've shocked a lot. It's been great to see the resurrection of the mighty Magpies out of KG5 from the work of Josh Arnold and the coach, the president, Peter Barwick, and a number of other individuals at KG5. So they should, given the scoreline there and the time of the game, hopefully get another win today. And Launceston will be searching for answers, given that they've come out and they've lost 2 close ones in 2 weeks.
Yeah, certainly Ryan is James. Taps that one down. Norton stripped there from Ryan. Kicks it out. Rewald off the hands of him. Borsboom sneaking out the back. Gets another.
Terrific play there from Jack Rewald. Caused the spoil. Borsboom at the fall of the ball. And they bang through another goal. So she is well and truly all over here at Bellerive Oval. 13-14-92, plays 3-6-24. The only danger now for North Hobart, Bo, is not to let this margin creep out to triple figures.
Yeah, they haven't played brilliantly all afternoon. They only kept them to 10 points in that first quarter, and then since then it's bobbled out to a 4-goal quarter and then a 3-goal quarter. So 8 goals since, and 12 goals really since that quarter-time siren, and unfortunately just haven't been able to stop this red-hot Clarence as we go back into the middle again. Just off the hands of Holmes. Stripped around, really starting to fire now. Kicks on the vicinity of 50. Green just stood down at the back of the pack. There's Tilbury. Touch number 10. Out wide to McCrimmon. We go back to Lefebvre, has had a really nice game this afternoon. Tom Lefebvre, one of the better players since returning. I think he returned in that Heath Shaw match for North Hobart. Hand pass was good. Massey, Norton, off wide to Pre-Short. In fact, it was Fisher. My apologies. Kick was weighted nicely to Howlett. Not much going for him though, so it just chips one over the top to Wiley. Has a bit of overlap run there. Has just slipped over. Sandrick had him. Scooped a hand pass out. Harper equally dug into the turf.
Just lost his feet there, lost his footing there. Sorry, Bo.
They were out as well there.
They were.
As if they didn't slip over. By Bannister to throw this one up. Holmes. Ball just bobbling around now. Tilbury. Taking in another tackle. Our man, Brad Tilbury.
Development League coach of the North Hobart Demons had a tight contest today, Bo, before the senior game. I think they might have come away with a
3
win.
Yeah.
So a 3-point win in the D-League for North Hobart.
Wasn't
McCrimmon,
coaching.
big tackle. So they go forward now through Hanslow. Pre-Short, fly there at the back was from Alomes, not Pre-Short. My apologies.
He hasn't had a great day today, Alomes, but he hasn't stopped competing.
No, he's competed well all day. It hasn't been his day clearly in front of goal. She kicked, hasn't been able to hit the scoreboard yet, so obviously not the day he would have liked, but no doubt he'll still learn plenty playing inside that forward 50 with guys like Josh Green and Jack Rewalt. So Janes can't win that one down despite Holmes sitting under the footy.
He's always going to be hard when Rewalt's there. That you're looking to go to him 9 times out of 10. Alomes is the usual suspect to peel off a few goals, but obviously with the return of Rewalt, I think both times Rewalt's play down here has been pretty quiet as this one goes into Harper. Rewalt will take the mark.
Yeah, good mark taken there.
I think he should probably go back and get this one now.
Looks like he is.
For goal number 3 this afternoon. No funny business this time. Jack Rewalt lining up for goal number 3. And for 14 for the Roos. Opens up the angle. Kick just hangs out to left for the goal face, Ron.
So 2 goals, 4 for Jack Rewalt today.
Could have had a bag.
Could have had a bag indeed. He's done well though. He's given off a few. He's given Josh Green a couple of his 6. So he's been lively on his return to the TSL. Footy back in the middle of the ground now. A few players drop marks. Bingham with a tackle. Handball out came from Norton. They go forward, but North Hobart with all the numbers. What can they do now, the Demons? Can they get this footy forward of centre? It's been a struggle for them for most of the day. Good body work there in defence from the Roos. Fisher just overran it. And they've got numbers out in the back, North Hobart. Good pressure though, Cleary, Wiley, all involved. Leafheber and Cleary go at it. Might have been a throw. Umpire said no. Leafheber just dumped in a tackle by Harper. And that was as good a tackle there from Wilbur McMurray. So he caught Cleary napping.
Bit stiff for Cleary. I thought he would have got that hand pass away in time.
So McMurray, fly over the back came. No one took a mark. Kilpatrick tried to get a handball out, but he couldn't. And the Roos will repel.
Norton just doing a bit of a run through down here. Might be a right ankle concern for him, right?
It's Angus Norton of the 2 brothers. Obviously Baxter at Clarence, Angus at North Hobart. So we'll keep rolling Angus Norton on the benches. Looks like Jared Harper or Beerley, James Beerley coming for a spell. He's a little bit proppy, James Beerley. So a few players having some concerns late in this contest. Demons, it's a high up and under kick from Kilpatrick. They've done well to hold the footy in their forward half of the ground here. Kilpatrick goes wide. Just a scrubby kick forward now. Clarence will do well to just get a stoppage here and reset if they can. And it looks like that's what they're going to do here. They do. So 21 and a half minutes gone now. 13-15-93 plays 3-6-24. So 11 goal lead roughly, Bo, at the minute for the Roos. They're going to walk away pretty comfortable winners. Baxter Norton, he's been one of their best today. Gets off to Paprotny. Paprotny gives to a teammate. They go forward now. Rewalt takes a strong mark inside. He's going to give off though. That's smart. Well played there from the veteran.
Might be Bosworth, or he tried to give it off to the first time and missed the kick.
So the youngster, he's going to get his second shot on goal now. Caden Bosworth. Don't know too much about this man, Bo.
Good cricketer as well.
I assume he's been playing exceptional footy in the D-League.
Still only 18 or 19 years old. So
good to see that next wave coming through for Clarence. So you'd think if he kicks this one here, there'll be a little bit of a celebration from Clarence despite the handy lead. So the first gamer can't put it through. So Bosworth misses. Kicks the 16th behind of the day for the Roos. They come to the countryside wing now. McMurray. He's been good today, Wilbur McMurray. Been one of the Demons' best. Fly from the man in the 47, Gilligan. Gilligan goes forward to Leafheber. Just waits for the footy to fall into his hands. James goes forward. Meadows. Cleary. Cleary takes a strong mark.
So Cleary now switching the ball out wide. Picks up. Harper has moved down in defensive 50. Bosworth working up the ground. Kick was not 18 or anywhere nearabouts. Walker cut it off in the end. Wiley's met by 2 Ds. Tackling pressure's been good this afternoon. Out wide to Howlett. Now they're going to propel forward. Finding himself in a bit of room is Glover. Kicks it to the top of the square. And it's going to be, I think it's Johnston to get this one here. He got on the end of it. Another debutant today. Riley Johnston. So
showed a few good signs, the 3 young kids that have come in today, Johnston, Bosworth and Massey.
Massey's been a little bit more quiet of it. These two have certainly helped them as the kick just hangs out to the right of the goal face for a minor score. 13-17-95 now. 3-6-24.
Callum Kilpatrick's just come off boat and he is streaming on a paddock on this wing, but they elect to go to the far side.
94, I should say. I thought the scoreboard was going to correct me, but obviously not, as we are back out wide. Pass was good inboard. Wiley scooped one out. Now the run. Sits it down in front for Protney. Nice strong mark taken there from Zachary Barrow. Has a booming left foot kick. Elects just to stab it at this time. Hits up McCrimmon. Barrow gets the hand pass receive. Kick wasn't good though. Norton in a paddock as Glover. Easy as you like there. I don't think Rewalt's come off, so obviously can still hold the body up. But Glover...
It's been really good today, James Glover. Lively last quarter, but he's been consistent right across the 4 quarters.
Had a nice game last week as well. Any room in your top 3, I reckon, Ryan, for James Glover wouldn't be
a few
disputed.
A few to be in consideration, that's for sure.
So Glover crosses the arc of 50. Kick just hanging out to the left. Yeah, a few players in the
Josh
discussion.
Green clearly probably with the 6 goals has been the most impactful player on the ground. Good intercept there. McMurray was the man that was trying to get the footy, but intercept came from Keegan Ryan. So he'll have a set shot on goal. Yeah, there's been a lot. Obviously, as I said, Josh Green probably the Roos best. He goes unselfishly to Rewalt. Tries to stick out the one mitt, can't take it. So he'll go back and just hits the belly of the ball and it goes into the middle of the Roos forward half. Kick forward. I think it was hands low. Couldn't kick the goal. So you think, Bo, if that was anyone bar Jack Rewalt on that occasion from Keegan Ryan, he would have gone back and had a set shot. He was well within his rights to do it from there. Did well doing to set the footy. It's Kilpatrick. Umpire says no to the 50-metre call. So the Demons look to potentially get one more goal before the siren sounds to end this game of football. They were really strong early, came out with a lot of forward pressure.
Haven't scored a goal this quarter, Ryan.
Yeah, they haven't, so...
Only the one behind.
As I said, they were really strong early, haven't been able to make much of a challenge as the siren goes to win this game of footy. And that's another win to the Roos, their 10th of the year. They claim this one 13-17-95 to North Hobart 3-6-24.
So Jack is back for the Clarence Roos. He's kicked 2. Josh Green with a big bag of 6 this afternoon. Rewalt with 2. Singles going to Hanslow, Baxter Norton, James Glover, Ollie Preshaw and Lachlan Borsboon. 2 goals going to Charlie Meadows. Looked lively in that third quarter, and Thomas Lefebvre has 1. Ryan, I'll get you to give us some of your best Clarence players.
Yeah, I thought Josh Green was exceptional inside 50 every time it went in there. He was incredibly lively. As I said, we didn't mention Tom Cleary a lot through the call, but he was really good at full back. Baxter Norton, I thought, looked really good, back to some strong form for that man. Obviously, as I said, he's missed a large chunk of footy this year, but played a lot more in the midfield today, and I thought he was exceptional. James Glover, we mentioned, was good throughout. Jared Harper looked like the ex-skipper was back to form. He's missed a large chunk of footy, but he was really good today. There was a lot of players you could probably mention that, but I thought probably Green and Noah Holmes, and also going to mention Noah Holmes, I thought was exceptional today in the ruck. Continued his strong run of form to see out the back half of 2024, though.
Yeah, certainly. And for North Hobart, well, not too many good signs. We're not going to make the same mistake as last week, but I think Meadows was a pretty good player down there in the forward line and in the ruck. Monks did a solid job there on Rewalt. Lefebvre also went pretty well, and Callum Kilpatrick and Angus Norton always are going to be up there. So pretty convincing win from the Roos as they come together now. The shaking of the hands, and a pretty good win there from Clarence.
It is, so that might just about do us here at Bellerive Oval. Once again, give thanks to Andrew McCarthy on the camera, Ash Wilkes back in the studio. Bo Downham, it's been a pleasure to be with you as always on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, it's always good to be back here at Blundstone Arena, albeit the weather, but it's held out for us today. Rewalt played some nice footy, but always good to be alongside you, Ryan. So
from myself, Ryan Rosendale, Bo Downham in the commentary box, we'll be with you again next week, but it's bye for now.